This is the current promotion. The trip charge, just to get Joe in the door, costs $65. That doesn't cost anything anymore. That's out the door. No trip charge. And 10% off what you're going to spend with him. That's awesome. And that's for everybody. Sometimes he puts the promotion out for senior citizens and military, both active and, I guess, non-active or retired, whatever. But this is 10% off across the board for everybody and no cost for the trip charge. All right? Utilizing Comfort Maker heating and air conditioning units. The best in the business. Joe teaming up with Comfort Maker means you got a lot of comfort. What's going to happen is what's in their name, Comfort Maker. Thank you to them teaming up with Joe Martinez. 616-516-8579. Also, don't forget about Horizon Hydroponics. Yeah, I know. It's not like you're going out to the store to buy much of anything these days. Horizon Hydroponics still open for business. And, good on them that they have the infrastructure to get it done anywhere in the country just by ordering online, horizonhydroponics.com. So no matter where you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, if you want to keep the stuff growing right indoors, you need to call upon Horizon Hydroponics. Their number is 866-791-1664, shipping anywhere in the good old U.S. of A. If you happen to be in West Michigan, there is curbside pickup. So you can just call them up and say, yeah, I need a new 1,000-watt energy station. I need some new Plant Max 1,000-watt HPS bulbs. Well, there you go. You just call them up. Curbside service on their at their Alpine location in Grand Rapids, the Growers Outlet in Byron Center, also Kalamazoo and Lansing. Thank you very much to Horizon Hydroponics. Let's go.
And now, here's a guy who has never won a congeniality award at any radio station, anywhere.
I will fight you in the streets.
It's the Eric Zane Show podcast with your host, Eric Zane.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. This is a daily show. I cover, not we, there's nobody here. It's all me. I cover news, nonsense, and my personal shenanigans. What is up? I've been doing it here in the Fear Bunker. January of 2019. This is what you do. Several ways you can get the show. I recorded live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Facebook brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Twitter, the Blue Frost IT Twitter handle at Eric Zane Show. And I'm on YouTube as well, the mighty YouTube. Trying to pump some life into that last couple of days. Not without somebody trying to bring me down. More on that in a second. I'm on Instagram, too, as well. Instagram Live is something I'm going to start messing around with for some fun. Follow me on Instagram. Just search Eric Zane. Can't miss it. Welcome. I hope your Easter weekend, if you're a person like me who celebrates Jesus rising from the dead. Holy crap, what a time it was when Jesus rose from the dead. And we revisit that, of course, on our on Easter. I hope everything was good and wonderful in your home settings. All right. Now, as always, when the show starts to go kablooey on any one of the live feeds, just jump over to the other one. I'm reminded of it each and every day. That's why I'm kind of bouncing around right now. And, of course, with the show happening live, if you ever want it on-demand audio, just go to ericzaneshow.com, and you can download the audio whenever you want and listen to it on demand. All right, today's a big day. It is the 13th of April, and why is this a big day? Because it was 1 year ago today that I was in my driveway putzing around as usual, and it was a Saturday, I believe. I think it was a Saturday, maybe a Friday. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Jackie had been home earlier in the day from college. She was moving back in for the extended spring and summer, and after being in the driveway for a little while and bringing some of her stuff, and she goes, "Hey, I gotta run. I gotta do an errand." I go, "What?" And so she and Madison leave. I'm like, what? That was weird, but I didn't really think much of it. A couple hours later, they come back in the driveway, and Jackie has this look on her face like, "Dad, I know I've done something, but here you go." Opens up the car door, and, well, guess who came flying out of the car?
He's Benny the Wonder Dog, Benny the Wonder Dog, Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Yeah. Benny the One-Eyed Dog, Benny the One-Eyed Dog, Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Don't you want him?
That's right, Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. So this skinny, malnourished dog, as Bruce Springsteen once described, end up like a dog that's been beat too much. Actually, I don't know if he's been beat, but I know he sure acts like, you know the type of dog that if you walk in the room and if you're anything but sweet to it, it starts to act like he's about to get beat up. Benny does that, so I can only imagine what his past life was like. This dog comes with one eye, fresh staples and stitches across his face like Frankenstein, comes trotting out of the car, and he's out of the car for 1 minute and takes a dump on the front lawn. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Jacqueline's like, oh, yeah, we're fostering this dog, Dad. We are? What are you talking about? Yeah, just staying here for the weekend. I've got somebody that's going to take the dog. Nobody's going to take the dog. Story goes that she has a pal who lives down in the San Antonio area of Texas. The pal subscribes to a animal rescue place called Obie's Angels. OBE''S Angels. Great facility. And Obie's Angels is constantly monitoring the day's dogs that are going to be euthanized at the San Antonio, I think it's the San Antonio Humane Society, which Obie's Angels describes as a hellhole for the dog. It's like shitty. Really bad. And Obie's Angels said, before Jackie even knew about it, this is Benny. Benny is going to be euthanized today. This was like on April 11th or 12th. No, I take it back. It was much prior to that. It was probably a few weeks. Sorry, I'm messing up the timeline of this already. Jackie's friend posted Obie's Angels post. Help, friends. Jackie said, I'll do it. And she fell in love with the dog. So friend reaches out to Obie's Angels and says, I have a person who will take the dog. Get it out of death line. And it was, I don't know the exact date that it was supposed to die, but it was going to die that day. So, dogs are dying ahead of Benny, and they're just going to bring him in and euthanize him. I guess they use a shot or whatever. Who knows? For all I know, they would have just hit him with a shovel, for God's sake. But sure enough, they pull the dog out of the line. Girl goes and gets the dog and drops it off to a place, a foster place. And then they begin making arrangements with Jackie. Dog had to get neutered. He had to have his eye removed because it was, I don't know, something wrong with it. Cancerous cataract, I have no idea, glaucoma. Benny's not a puppy or anything. He got gray all over his face. So, then they, holy shit, they transport the dog up. This is all going on. Jackie is doing this all on her own. She was doing the old ask for Bet you're wondering what the hell just happened. Somehow this cord got knocked out of the microphone. And it took me forever to get it back in there. Jesus. All right. A lot of you were like, wait, what's going on? So, the dog on April 13th arrives. And, man, I wanted nothing to do with this dog. And he had a tendency, if anybody walked up to him, to growl at them. So I'm like, oh, my God, this is great. How the hell are we going to get rid of an aggressive dog with one eye and that's malnourished? And then, holy shit, I took a look at his paperwork, and they said he's heartworm positive. And I didn't even know what that meant then. I knew what heartworm was, but I just thought, oh, yeah, you got to give him that pill once a month, and the heartworm leaves. So, I had been talking about him on this podcast, probably did that story, talked about how I was going to get rid of him. And all of you knew that I was going to keep the dog. I didn't think so. Gunner came by and did that song, Benny the Wonder Dog. And then about 4 or 5 days after having him, I decided to take him to the vet. And they said, yeah, heartworm positive. We got to get rid of that. I'm like, okay, good. Give him the chewable. They go, no. It doesn't work like that. So I've detailed that many times before, how that is a long process. That is a 9-month process. They also determined he had what's called tick-borne kidney disease, non-curable. Oh my God. And he had this big cyst on his belly. So you got this malnourished, one-eyed dog, tick-borne kidney disease, cyst on his belly, heartworm positive. Yeah, what? And, oh, by the way, here he is. You already have 3 dogs. Well, what do they say? Hey, God never gives you what you can't handle. You ever hear somebody say that to you? Hell, you can handle it. What do you mean I can handle it? Yeah, God, he never gives you, what you can't handle. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay, but I still don't want it. I mean, I got 3 dogs as it is. Every time a dog comes to this house, he never leaves. Yeah, but God said you can handle it. All right, if you say so. It's like God told Noah to build the ark, and Noah's like, yeah, all right, if you say so. It's my own ark of dogs, a dog ark. So I came to, and then I started liking him. Then I started getting attached to him. And then he would still growl at everybody in the house except me. Now I go outside. He stares out the window at me and watches my every move. I'm here with him all the time. So I'm like, Mama Duck to him. And if anybody starts to get aggressive with me or play fight, he growls at them. That's how close Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, is to me and me to him. So today is gotcha day. He's 15 to 20 pounds heavier. You can't see a rib on him. He is finally socializing with the other dogs. He doesn't get in fights with anybody anymore. His heartworm is gone. His tick-borne kidney disease is completely under control with the medication we give him. He gets all of his shots. He gets the appropriate medical care. And he is awesome. Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog, April 13th, the gotcha day for this dog who literally from the streets to living in luxury, dog luxury. I'm so happy. And my dad every time, you're crazy, guy. You're nuts for having so many dogs. Okay, over the weekend, I was following Facebook quite a bit because, this all is nuts. I've never really had anything I've done get a lot of attention on social media. Typically, I put anything on social media, it goes out to the, if I'm lucky, a couple thousand people might see something I do. So the idea was last week, Saturday, when I posted the video of me bringing down that tree in my backyard, was for people who listen to the show or watch it on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. That was for you. Like, look, and because you've been following the story about me with a stupid chainsaw and how I'm so inexperienced with it. So the video was completely tongue-in-cheek, but I really was nervous about bringing down that tree in the backyard. I generally know how to do it, but my skill level is very, very novice. I've never, in fact, that was the first time I'd ever brought down a tree standing up. I've always just cut logs on the floor of the forest up at Grayling. So you could understand my excitement when it went down, and it all worked out. It was good. Now, as I posted that, a day goes by, and I have 1,500 people that have watched it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's about right. And then the next day, it's at 2,000. I go, oh, well, that's like a big mover in my world. I usually don't have a lot of people that watch what I do, all things considered. And then like a day and a half later, I look at it, and I noticed that I was getting notifications from people that names I didn't recognize. So then I look at the video, and it says 13,000 views. And I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. That just does not happen, ever. So I was like, oh, my God, this is so weird. Now, I don't stand to gain anything by that, really. I think that of what I'm about to tell you, I don't even think one person liked my page. I think they were just watching it. And it might have had something to do with the way I worded it, because in the title I wrote, the tree was tilted to the side because of the wind, had uprooted it a little bit. I've never done this before. This is the first time I've even attempted anything like this. Watch what happens. So I didn't tip off the ending. That might have had something to do with it. I don't know. But it might also had to do because I think it was kind of spread around through Facebook lumberjack communities or some shit. I have no idea. The next day I look at it, and I didn't have these reader glasses on. It says 9,000 views. I'm like, 9,000? It just said 13. How did it go backwards? So I put on the glasses, and I look at it again, and it's 90,000. I'm like, 90,000? You got to be shitting me. So now it's to a point where I'm looking at it, and there's lots of comments. More on the comments in a second. But as of right now, I thought it had petered out, but yesterday it picked up another 40,000 views. It's not pinned to the top of my page or anything. It's just being circulated around, and I'm only guessing that when they circulate it and say, get a load of this dick, it says, look at this stupid asshole trying to cut down this tree. It's almost at 300,000 views now. And nearly every single comment that I get now on it is from these professional lumberjack chainsaw fucks who they hate me. And I said in the video that I've never done it, and it was tongue-in-cheek when I said, yeah, I know what I'm doing from YouTube videos. Now, one of the things that I think I did find out was people said that saw blade is too dull. I know several people. I know Sarah her and her husband know a thing or two about it. They said, yeah, the blade's too dull. When what comes out is fine sawdust, that's a problem. It's supposed to be ripping big chunks of wood out. I had no idea. So I did change the chain, by the way. I was successful doing it too, and I cut down more yesterday. But, I didn't post that. I didn't want to be stupid about it, but I did, and it worked great. So I'm glad that I found that out. I had no idea that the blade was dull. But, man, you would not believe the fucking comments from these piece of shit lumberjack fucking Confederate flag waving sons of bitches that have been just murdering me. Oh, my God. And it doesn't bother me because it's a fucking... They're lumberjacks who are telling me, well, no shit. I know that. I know I don't know shit about this. I said that going in. But everybody wants, all these lumberjacks, they seem to be so sensitive and butthurt because I was bringing down the tree. You're just not good at this. You suck at everything. Fuck off. People are such dicks. Oh, my God. A few soft-hearted ones were like, good job. I was like, I don't think it was, but all right. Oh, man, you're a disgrace to power tools. You're this, you're that. There was one son of a bitch who, on my page, you know how hang on. There was one asshole who, so fucking stupid. if you go to my page, you know how like there's the visitors post where like that's where if you really want to be an asshole, it's one thing to leave comments in, but if you really want to go the extra mile and screw somebody right in the butthole, you go to the visitors posts. Well, I have mine set that you can't just post random shit on there. It goes to me first and I approve it or not. This dick who actually runs a Facebook website for like his image on his Facebook, the background is like a big ass Husqvarna chainsaw, and he's got a Facebook group with like 18,000 people who talk chainsaw shit. And he writes worthless page, worthless person, worthless info. And I'm like, what the fuck? This dude, you got to get a look at this guy. He, I got to remember. I got to link this up. I'll write it down. Link up Hillrod. Link Hillrod's Facebook. This piece of shit. He's. You remember, like in the 1980s, especially dudes with long hair, they would have a part down the middle, and then they would like take the big banana comb and like brush their hair to the sides, and you'd have that part down the middle, and then it would be long in the back like a mullet, but not a mullet where it's short in the front, short bangs. You would actually part and feather your hair like that, so you look like you're in the band Molly Hatchet. Pardon the pun. This crazy fuck, that's what he looks like. The dude who runs this piece of shit chainsaw aficionado fucking website. This cocksucker. So, here's the thing. People were beating the shit out of me on that post, and I'm the wrong guy to do that to. I want to fight everybody. So, I can't tell you how many times I started to write back, you piece of shit, your fat wife's a whore, fuck you. And I'm typing it out, and then I get ready to send it, and it's like some dude in North Carolina I'm going to send this to who's, and I'm like, this is stupid. What the fuck do I care that this piece of shit is dogging me about, and they were even dogging me about, yeah, look at him. He's wearing safety equipment. Fuck that guy. I'm like, fuck you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, he bought all that safety equipment for that little tree. What a dick. He wants to save his legs and not get hurt. Fuck him. Oh, my God. It was such stupidity. All right. So that's still there. You'll have to find it. It's somewhere on my – you have to scroll down by now. I didn't even bother putting it to the top. It was so dumb. God. But the fucking thing is like 300,000 views. It's so dumb. All right, whatever it takes, I guess. Also, I got into a Facebook war with this one dude. Aaron Buskert is his name. I think what it is. He is such a dick. Every time I post anything, he takes a run at me for the dumbest reasons. And I posted a stupid video on YouTube and linked it up on Facebook of after I continued using the chainsaw all weekend. I took out this bush that last year at this time, I was trimming it, and there was a bird's nest in the top of it with eggs, so I left it alone. And I stopped trimming it, and it was shaped like a penis because I had stopped, and the top of it was still like ballooned out. It looked like a dickhead. That was a year ago. Well, Dinah's like, you got to bring it down now. So I did. Now, this thing is so past its prime that it's still an evergreen, but there's so much dead pine needles in it. That, I lit a fire, and, I burnt the damn thing. And those needles, I swear to God, I thought that hay grass went up fast. These pine needles, it's between gas and lighter fluid. That's how quickly they light up. So I did this video, and I posted it to YouTube where I have a branch, and I set it down in the fire, and Jackie was recording me on slow-mo of me, like, holding it into the air, this burning branch, like He-Man's sword. And it just looked kind of cool because of the slow-mo and the stupid pose I was doing. No big deal. And this Aaron, this piece of shit, on like Easter morning, he writes, I've hated you since you left Free Beer and Hot Wings. Everything you do is stupid. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is wrong with people? What? Now, this guy I did get into a fight with. I actually engaged him. It's so insane why people do that. It's like, and I'm like, dude, Free Beer and Hot Wings, that was like it's going to be 4.5 years ago. I go, nobody cares. And then the line I like to say is, I'm my own boss now. And my boss is telling me to tell you to go fuck yourself. So go fuck yourself. So I'd like to, I'm a good follow on Facebook only for the reason that I'm going to get into a fight every single day. I got into a fight with all these sons of bitches on Friday over the Bill O'Reilly post. Now, all I said was, hey, everybody, Bill O'Reilly is still an asshole. I would bet Bill O'Reilly would tell you he's an asshole. So what if I said he's an asshole? And I was basing it on his comments. I talked about this in the Patreon. This is what he said. This is exactly the comment.
But I want life back to normal. Can you fix that in
He was on Hannity.
simple way?
Oh, man, I wish I could, you know.
Oh, me too.
But we're making little steps. Bernie Sanders, he's gone. That's really good for everybody. The projections that you just mentioned are down to 60,000. I don't think it'll be that high. 13,000 dead now in the USA. Many people who are dying both here and around the world were on their last legs anyway, and I don't want to sound callous about that.
Oh, you're going to get hold on. You're going to get hammered for that.
I mean, a simple man tells the truth.
I don't care.
Well,
And,
you mean people that have underlying...
No, I didn't have any... Yes, that is true. That wasn't the point of what I said. That's an asshole-ish thing to say. He's an asshole. That's all I said. And he'd tell you that. He didn't care. But, so everybody jumps on board with, oh no, I'm offended that you said that. Oh, fuck you, Zane. I'm gone. You can't say that about Bill O'Reilly. The fuck I can't. The fuck is wrong with you? Did you hear what he said? Many of the people who died were on their last legs. That's fucking terrible. Even if it is true. Use your fucking filter and don't say shit like that. That was my point. That was all I was saying. But all these sensitive fucking, all these people that would support a guy like him and claim to be tough as nails and holy shit, man, all the thin-skinned assholes out there. I say that guy's an asshole, and he is, and they get all butthurt and send me all this horse shit about how I'm this and I'm that. Fuck you. Say it to my face, you fuck. The fuck is wrong with you? Get out of here. Fucking A. I'm hurt. I'm so upset. So I got into it big time with a bunch of these fucking idiots on Friday. So if you follow me on Facebook, word to the wise, I'm going to fucking fight you if you come at me. And that's the beauty of being alone. Of not having to answer to any motherfucker telling me what I can and can't say in the world of radio. There is no way in hell I would have posted any of that or told all those people to go fuck themselves had I worked on radio. So that's what you get. That piece of shit, the guy who started the fight with me, this Aaron guy, he's a regular customer. And I'm like, dude, but I don't know what he picked a fight about. At least the O'Reilly son of a bitch was responding to something I said. He was incited by me calling O'Reilly an asshole. The fucking lighting the branch on fire. I'm just lighting the branch on fire saying, this looks funny. Ha, that's it. This guy takes a run at me for that. What? What happened? Oh, my God. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Now, when I come... The next thing I want to talk about is terribly, terribly serious. I received news over the weekend that is not good at all, and I'm going to share it with you in just a second. I just wanted to let you know that it's not going to be fun in the next thing I'm going to talk about. I am on Patreon. I've got a story that I want to get to on Patreon coming up a little bit later on in the show. It involves a local guy who is taking to the internet to protest Michigan's stay-at-home order in the quarantine. I've had it with these people. I'm going to talk about that. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, I thank them for being on board with the show. Mario's at 231-332-6505 as I move over to make sure I'm not completely covering the sign like I am every damn time. Ugh. You can still get a mortgage from Mario, or at least begin the process for it at 231-332-6505. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. All right. Threads Podcast, that's who I want you to go to when you're not listening to this show. Jason and Ben do an awesome job. They oftentimes dig down deep. Oh, my God, the emotional things that they discuss. I'm like, oh, boy, you guys are seriously digging in. Threadspodcast.com. And finally, for the next Eric Zane Show podcast, Paintball War. You know, the already discounted price of $35 is great, but wouldn't it be awesome if you went ahead and purchased it now? What you do is you go to tcpaintballgr.com and buy in advance your $100 of paintball play for just $90. It's going to save you cash. Or you can call Rick at 616-249-8227. We will reach the end of this when we will get back to normal, lick our wounds, pick up the pieces, and start again. And one of the ways we'll be doing that is by having another Eric Zane Show podcast, Paintball War, at TC Paintball, 616-249-8227. I don't often talk about my brother Norman. Truth be told, I only have one brother from the same mother and father. My dad and my mom had two kids, Jim and Eric. Jim is 4 years older than I am. Prior to that, my mother had two kids with another man, Mike and Paul. Okay? Technically, well, no, not technically. They are half brothers by blood, but my dad adopted them. They're my brothers. While my mom was having Mike and Paul and being married to that dude, that is not my dad. My dad was married to a lady named Marianne. Okay? So if you're doing the math at home, my mom and dad, it took them 3 times to get marriage right. My mother was married to this fellow that had Mike and Paul. Then she married my dad. Then she married Wally. My dad was married to Marianne, then my mother, then Joanne. Okay? We don't have a family tree. We have a bush. All right? It just spreads out everywhere. It's nutty. Prior to meeting my mother, my dad and Marianne had one child. That is Norman. Norman is, I think he's about 10 years older than me. And when my dad and mom were together, raising me for my first 8 years and my brothers, Norman would come over. So it would be the 5 boys. And we would go up to Grayling together, but Norman would live with his mother. Norman went on and joined the Air Force. He had a long career in the Air Force and has since retired and is working in the private sector. He was diagnosed with COVID-19. I just found this out on Saturday evening. He is infected. So this is, here you go. I still talk to Norman, of course, and he's on the show, has been known as Norman Bummer, affectionately, because every time I gave him that nickname, because every time I would talk to him, he would always sound like this. He came up with that nickname when he was going through a divorce. He was one of these guys who he got married, and then they got divorced, and then got married again. Oh, fuck, and divorced again. Oh, shit. So he was always with bad news and Bad News Norm and Norman Bummer, because he was always sounding all defeated. Hell, he finally got rid of the ex-wife there, and then he finally started living, man. The guy, he's been going like crazy. He's developed an affinity for black women, and he's got all these black chicks that are like 30 years younger than him in and around Metro Detroit. The guy is like totally a player. So yeah, he's that's how he's living. So he's a single guy and laying tons of pipe, but now he's got COVID-19. You may have been following the story about how in Michigan, in southeast Michigan, the grocery chain Kroger has had a number of people that work there get sick and actually die from it. Norm's sick, and he was working at Kroger. So I think he's it's tough to really, you ask him, how are you? How you feeling? Good, better, better, worse, the same. It's about the same. He can't leave the house for extended time, obviously. So that's kind of weighing on my brain right now. So yeah, I figured I'd share that. I don't have a ton of information on it. Hopefully it'll just kind of work its way through, and he'll be uncomfortable like most people are. But it sure is scary when it hits close to home as it spreads throughout. It does appear to be flattening to some degree, but it's still deadly as shit. And which is why it pisses me off when I see these pain in the asses saying, we got to open up business. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, you should wait longer. And sorry, but that's just the way it's going to be. I don't want the people that make the decisions and who work with our health professionals having to worry about one particular business and what you can and can't buy at the store. Just relax, okay? All right. Now, I was reading that there was one person who didn't know that they were sick and went to a funeral luncheon and went to a birthday party, and 3 people that this person interacted with died from this. I've also got a story later on about how it's a hell of a lot more contagious than originally thought. That is crazy. I'll get to that coming up in just a bit. But as you know, on this show, I've been spending a little bit of time each and every podcast reaching out to local businesses and, trying to give them a little shot in the arm, a little kick in the pants, whether they're open or not, with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Small business shout out. This time, it is a owner of a restaurant chain. There's a few of them called Wing Doozy in West Michigan. Todd Penning owns that place.
Hello.
Hey, Todd, it's Eric Zane. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Mr. Zane?
Good morning. Good morning. Good to hear your voice, man.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Wing Doozy. Tell me about it. How many of them are there?
We have 3 stores in West Michigan. We've got one on Plainfield, kind of between 4 and 5 Mile.
Yep.
And we've got one over by Metro Hospital, right off of Byron Center Ave and M6, and one in Hudsonville, kind of by Chicago Drive and 32nd Avenue.
I'm going to guess that right now the hospital one is the most popular.
That one's been pretty busy so far in the last few weeks.
You're still serving food, and you've got all the protocols to make sure everybody's safe. People are doing curbside pickup. Is that how it works?
Yep. So we are taking phone calls, and then we take payment over the phone, or you can order online and you pay online, and then we try our best to hit a specific time and run it right out to your car to you.
Nice. So everybody's staying employed. You're doing your best to make sure that they're all taken care of.
Yes, that's our number one goal. We've given our employees the option as to whether they feel comfortable working or not. And the ones that have chosen to stay, we're giving them as many hours as we can get them.
Nice. How long you been doing this, Todd?
Oh, we've been around since 2013. We've been doing it the last few years. Been a lot of fun so far seeing West Michigan, and my business partner and I grew up in West Michigan, so we've never left, and it's been a lot of fun serving the community of West Michigan.
Okay, so now, had you ever done anything like this before? Anybody in your family? Running a restaurant is tricky business.
No, I had never been in the restaurant industry before. I was actually a school principal before this. So.
You were a school principal, and you said, okay, so you were really good at making the wings, and then you said, all right, I'm going to sell it to the public. Because a lot of people have fantasized about that. Is that how it went for you?
No, not necessarily. It was more looking at a business that could employ people and
really?
Do some things a little bit differently in the community. So I was never like a dream to open a restaurant,
all right.
But it has turned out pretty well. So.
And you gave up so all the education you had gotten to be a principal, to be a teacher or an educator, just flew out the window, right?
I think there's a lot of similarities in it in terms of leadership and treating people well and trying to get the best out of people. I think it translates pretty well.
Excellent. All right, man. Well, this is all really, really good. And what is the number that they call to actually get the food?
Oh, there's a few different phone numbers. The phone number at Plainfield is 608-3067. The phone number at Wyoming is 22-888-55, and the phone number at Hudsonville is 379-4114.
This is good, man. I know you're going to come out the other side. You're one of the few businesses that is still standing right now. I mean, some of them have had to shutter temporarily. Hopefully, they'll be back at it. But I'm glad you guys are still there, and I wish you nothing but the best down the road, Todd.
Thank you. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate all the support from everybody in West Michigan. It's been awesome to see.
I'm going to come see you in a little while. All right, buddy.
All right.
Talk to you down the road.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Todd.
All right.
Todd Penning. Yep. Oops, sorry, cut you off there. Todd Penning from Wing Doozy. That is another great local business on the Eric Zane Show podcast, small business shout out. And I'm still, if you have somebody who wants to get in on this, I'm knocking one off every single day. I got a landscaper I need to talk to tomorrow who is going to be pissed off because the state of Michigan, they're like, I don't give a shit if you're a landscaper. You're staying home, so he's going to be pissed. So we'll get to that tomorrow. If you want to add to the list, it's pinned to the top of my Facebook. Home of pissed off lumberjacks from out of state. It's the one with Uncle Sam rolling up his sleeves right at the top. Just leave the name of the business on there in the comments. Make sure you let them know that you're doing this. Tip them off that, hey, Eric Zane's doing this. He's going to be in touch with you. Leave the name of the business, who they are, phone number, all that stuff. And you can nominate yourself. I think Todd might have done that. I'm not sure. If you have a business, put it on there. I'll get you on the show. We'll talk to you. Spread the love in any way, shape, or form. All right, coming up next, drive-by for the COVID. I'm sorry. Come for the COVID, stay for the drive-by. This actually happened. That next. I have T-shirts available. You can get them at ericzaneshow.com. You got a logo shirt. You got the Zany Bunch with all my pets. God rest the soul of Buddy Bobcat Face. He's on that. And on and on and on. Tons of T-shirts and apparel for you, all different sizes, long sleeve, short sleeve, different colors. I got hats. I got joggers, jogging pants. All there at ericzaneshow.com. Buy the merch. Free shipping, okay? Thank you very much. ericzaneshow.com. Kent County Health Department, Kent County Health Department, slow down, Eric, wants to make sure that you and your loved ones are fed during this difficult time. Their number is 616-632-7200. The WIC program is set up for when you are in need. Do not be too proud. Reach out to them, see if you qualify. More information at ericzaneshow.com is like a frequently asked questions page when you click on the Kent County Health Department logo. They want to make sure that you are fed through the WIC program. JM Synthetics online at jmsynthetics.com. This is one of my customers that works with everybody all around the country. You can buy your AMS oil at jmsynthetics.com. Jason is a longtime listener of the show, big supporter. Thank you, Jason. Call him at 616-747-0233. Deliver your AMS oil anywhere in the USA. They invented synthetic motor oil. All you DIYers, that's what you get. And do not forget, you can get your car repaired in this difficult time. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Servicing domestic, Asian, let me see if I can get this right, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, and Minis. Wow. Just call them at 616-202-5538. All right, 616-202-5538. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. When the dealers get in the weeds, which does happen, they call on Irvine's. We're stuck. We can't get it done. All right. Irvine's has to bail them out. 616-202-5538. They will pick your car up at your home. You don't have to leave your house. You pay over the phone. They take your car. They fix it. They bring it back. What? Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. So in California, these folks decided to get together for a party. Even though California was one of the first states, they shuttered in place stay-at-home order way early on. And they need credit for that because of all the states, as big as that state is, they have a big cap on the incidences of illness and death, remarkably low. So they worked very prudently and capped the damage from coronavirus. This is why it drives me crazy when I see all these drama queen bitches, and some of you might even be watching this, and you are. Sorry if your butt hurt. Saying, we got to get back to work. I got to do this. Holy shit. Fuck, what am I going to do? When I see all you bitches that you are crying, it works. Stay your fucking ass at home. California did that, and it's great for them. It's of all of the states, as big as that one is, they're doing awesome at keeping people healthy. But 400 people at this one part decided, fuck that, let's get together for a party. Now, I'm not exactly sure all of the ins and outs of this, but they've been telling you for a long time, don't gather. So these idiots get together, 400 of them, and, boy, 400 people at somebody's house party. Well, that's bad enough. But then somebody decided to, do a drive-by. Sure enough, some crazy son of a bitch goes whipping by in this community in Bakersfield, California, spraying gunfire. 6 people hit. It's a miracle that no one was killed. All 6 were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The victims were uncooperative. Uh-oh. And deputies have limited information to go on, a spokesperson said Saturday evening. So this is a case where, a bunch of dumb shits get together when they shouldn't be. You've seen this before. And some crazy guy shoots into the fucking group of people that were milling around everywhere. All these idiots get shot, and now they're not cooperating with the police. They're saying they're not entirely sure that it was gang related, but it sure sounds like it, because the victims are not cooperating with investigators. They describe it as a mass shooting. Well, I guess so. The shooting is one of 3 separate shootings that occurred within hours in that area. My God, how ridiculous is that? We are standing too close, ladies and gentlemen. We've heard about this 6 feet, So you're talking to your neighbor, and you're 6, 7, 8 feet between you, and you're like, okay, this is the way we got to do it. CDC is saying it's too close. We have determined. They're learning new things all the time. They're learning that, first of all, I read that one of the symptoms now is skin rash. That can be a thing. Now they're saying what they have learned is that 13 feet is the zone, that the buffer of where you can be affected by this. That's just remarkable. More than twice as far as social distancing guidelines. All right. Research published in the CDC's Emerging Infectious Diseases Journal shows that the contagion spreading far further than previous official suggestions. And the other thing is that it's getting on people's shoes. This is incredible. Listen to this. First of all, quote, the aerosol distribution characteristics indicate that the transmission distance of COVID-19 is around 4 meters. That's about 13 feet. Furthermore, half of the samples from the soles of the ICU medical staff shoes tested positive. Wow. Researchers wrote of samples taken at a hospital in Wuhan, China. So it's like it's all over you. It's like you stepped in shit and you're traipsing throughout the house. This is why we talked about if you do go out, let's say to the store, where my brother Norm's working, and when you get to your house, don't bring those shoes in your home. Therefore, the soles of the medical staff shoes are functioning as carriers. My God. I'm seeing a video of now, like, there's one that's really affecting me, of a guy sneezing, slow-mo of a dude's sneeze. And the atom bomb-like cloud of distribution of a person's sneeze, these really, really small aerosolized droplets, just, and it's like, oh my God, that's like incredible. And if you walk through that, you got it. You have it. That's why they want you to sneeze into your freaking elbow. Even when you're running or walking, what could fly off of you from just breathing can have an effect. I was out running this weekend, and there's another guy running towards me. And in my brain, I'm just picturing that plume of sneeze juice. And so he's running towards me. I'm running towards him. I go way wide. And he goes way wide. I'm like, yeah, hey, good to see you. Have a good run. Stay the fuck away from me. So we're standing too close. No problem. I'll get away. Hey, I do cameos at cameo.com/Eric Zane. This is what you do. Go to cameo.com, Eric Zane. I'm sorry, cameo.com/Eric Zane. And you hire me for $15.99 to bust somebody's balls. Maybe you got a neighbor who continues to leave the house, who's not wearing a mask, who's just an asshole. You want to break up with a boyfriend. Somebody's got a birthday coming up. I can bust balls with the best of them. Hire me for a rant to whomever, or yourself. If you want me to rant to you, there's nobody better in the business at ranting than me. I can rant for hours, okay? I can say some of the meanest, most insulting things off the top of my head. I've been trained to do this. I was born to do this, okay? It's going to cost you $15.99. Don't be a cheap fuck. Cameo, I don't know why that was unnecessary. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Meanwhile, back at the Blue Frost Ranch, bluefrostit.com, 616-200-8550. They're in business for small and medium-sized business. A lot of these small and medium-sized businesses are still running, but they got their employees at home, and it's all weird. Well, they got their 10-year-old laptop that they're doing work on. When that thing goes south, they're even more in the weeds. Blue Frost IT can help. They've lowered their hourly rate. It was a certain price. Now it's dramatically cheaper, okay? Dare I say, more than half off the hourly fix rate. That's because we are in dire circumstances. 616-200-8550, Blue Frost IT, the number one managed IT service provider in all of the land, as voted on by Managed IT Service Provider Magazine. That's a real thing, real award. They've won it 6 years in a row. BlueFrostIT.com. Go to the website, TerrytownRV.com, when you want to check out the campers, trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, folding campers, whatever it may be. Sprinter vans, Class A. Class A gas, Class A diesel. Class C gas, Class C diesel. I know it all. I've got skills in campers and RVs. Can't use it right now. I did reach out to the place that is the storage facility for our RV. And because we're on that RVs for MD's website trying to hook up our coach with a doctor so they can be self-quarantined so they don't have to get their kids sick. And I reached out to the storage place, and they're like, yeah, we can't get it out unless you use it for a doctor. I'm like, oh, thank God. So I'm just waiting to get matched up with somebody right now. But anyway, TerrytownRV.com. Go shop the merchandise. There will be a time when we do get back to normal, and we'll be ready to loosen up the purse strings. When that happens, I want you to reach out to Terrytown RV. Or maybe you're loaded with jack. You're cash heavy. This isn't affecting you. Buy one from Terrytown RV online. All right, TerrytownRV.com. That is it in terms of sponsorships. But I am not done talking. I am not done talking, no way, no how. I want to do a rare go around the room, as it's described on famous radio shows. That is an accident that I called it that. And look at who is enjoying the live Eric Zane Show podcast on Facebook. Oh, man, we got a pretty healthy amount of people there. I appreciate you. They're all enjoying each other's company. I see the usual suspects. Doesn't appear to be a war going on. Looks like Kent Hinterman can't drop the E at a U. Is pals with Todd Penning from Wing Doozy. How about that? Kent looking to get back to work and sell you some flooring at Johnson's Carpet One discount outlet. Jason from JM Synthetic says, hey, man, visit the Facebook page and like it, please. It helps get the word out there in the Facebook world. Yeah, I've always said, please, help out the sponsors by liking them on Facebook or following them on Twitter. That is always great. Huge help for the Eric Zane Show podcast sponsors. Brendan says, howdy, Eric. Turd Ferguson here. I'm not sure what that is a reference to. It might have been something I've said in the past. Kenny is there. What's up? Of course you are, man. Kenny dropping smack. He writes, that's interesting. Kent has friends. Of course he's got friends. What the hell's wrong with you? All right. So a number of people enjoying the Facebook Live. Thank you for being there. All right. Okay, so now I was reading that I think it's Apple and Google are working together with a technology that I am pretty excited about, but I'm a little curious as to how it's going to work. The idea is that on this team up between Google and Apple is what you do is you download this app, and the app works with whatever technology they're coming up with and your Bluetooth, and if you have the app, and you have Bluetooth on, your phone will tell you when you are near someone who has or had COVID-19. What? That's awesome. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, right away, the usual suspects are going to already, I can just picture it, say this is too far-reaching, this is invasion of privacy. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit about your privacy, because if I'm walking down Fifth Avenue or in front of my house and there's some dick walking towards me who's got it or had it, I am going the other way. And I want my phone to let me know when there's some tainted dude walking towards me. Wouldn't you? Hell yes. Make this. Get this done. Let's get into the inner workings of this. Tech giants said they would employ Bluetooth to create contact tracing technology. Yes! Tools to alert users if they have come in close contact with someone who's tested positive for COVID-19. You can do this with, like, pedophiles, stalkers. There's a ton of applications for this. Your phone just starts buzzing or the thing starts going crazy. I need it to tell me, though, specifically where you're at, though, because if I'm walking down the street, knowing my luck, it would just start to, like, beep, and then I would walk one direction, start beeping faster, and then I'm in the middle of the street and I get hit by a truck. It should say, a tainted dude, 12 o'clock, or whatever, tainted chick, 9 o'clock. A number of leading public health authorities, universities, and NGOs, don't know what that is, around the world have been doing important work to develop opt-in contact tracing technology. To further this cause, Apple and Google will be launching a comprehensive solution that includes application programming interfaces and operating system level technology to assist in enabling contact tracing. Both companies said they'll release apps in May in their respective app stores that will be part of a broader Bluetooth-based contact tracing platform to attempt to slow the spread of COVID-19. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Is there anything about people bitching about it? That's the first thing that pops in my head about Big Brother watching. It's like, and I've never had a problem with any of that. I love the fact that there are cameras everywhere. What? Come on in. Take my privacy. I got nothing to hide. Anybody who bitches about their privacy is hiding something. They no doubt have numerous children hidden under the stairs. You want to be very wary of the person who bitches about privacy. That person no doubt has tongued kid butthole a time or two. Okay, trust me on this. You want to keep a very, very cautious eye on the local fuck who is bitching about his or her privacy. You people do realize it's a tongue-in-cheek show, right? So if any of you people send me emails about being pissed off, I'm going to fucking fight you. I'm really in the mood to fight somebody today. All right, I got one more thing to talk to you about. Justin Timberlake, who everybody loves. You know that this coronavirus thing is really getting under people's skin. When people are taking a run at him. He and his wife, Jessica Biel, well, of course, they're very, very wealthy, and they've worked hard to attain that wealth. And they have a 5-year-old son, and they did do a bit of a crazy thing. Was they kind of bugged out before it was, because nowadays it's frowned upon to bug out. Like if I've thought about bugging out to Grayling, but you see that's a problem, because in the unlikely event that I'm infected, along the way to Grayling, I could be infecting people. So I'm just staying here in the fear bunker for as long as it takes. That's what you're supposed to do. Timberlake did not. He's got a ranch in Montana, and all these rich fuckers are going to Montana and Idaho and Wyoming to their bug-out ranches. So, he's got some massive spread in Montana. And, he's taking various pictures. I'm surrounded by mountains and wildlife and snow as he's at his bug out ranch in Montana. No big deal. You can expect that. But he was doing a thing with some friends, some famous people to promote the film Trolls World Tour onto streaming. And he did a Zoom interview with some channel on Sirius XM, and he just off the cuff says, "Oh man, I tell you what, this is crazy. We've been having a parent 24 hours a day, 7 days a week." That's it. That's all he said, and everybody is so on edge that they attack him because he said he has to parent 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Shut up. My God. That's what he said. Now, saying 24-hour parenting, according to this article on BuzzFeed, is not human is probably not something you should ever say, as parenting is a 24-hour job every day of the year. No, bullshit. You should always say it because fucking kids drive you crazy. My kids are grown, and they still drive me batshit crazy. Last night we had a brawl here, and I dropped a shut the fuck up throughout the halls of this house because Jacqueline drove me right over the edge. It's not a 24-hour-a-day job because I check out for hours at a time and always did. So there is less than it's not the full 24 hours. I would say 16 maybe because they sleep. So shut up. They say it's a bad thing to, it's especially not something to say now when people are locked in their homes or apartments and working hard to keep their kids entertained and stress-free. Oh, shut up. Well, people who like Justin Timberlake are calling him out on it. They're saying, oh, yeah, that's tone deaf. You can't say that. You ever been around a kid, especially if you're not used to small kids being around? When they come around, I can only handle a limited amount of time, and then it's like, all right, you got to go. Just get out. It's completely acceptable to say something like, I hate my kids. Okay, that's all good. You should say that. You're supposed to as a parent. Taylor writes, loving these celebrities being tone deaf AF. Justin Timberlake said, 24-hour parenting is just not human. My eyes have rolled into the back of my head. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Drama queen, shut up. Mamo Dogs, Lotso Dogs says, I had 2 kids under 4. Husband away for work. No fam for 300 miles. No car. Working. Bike to work until I had to quit because daycare cost too much. Yeah, you know what that tells me? You're a fucking loser. Tell me again how 24/7 parenting is hard. Ever have to take a kid to the ER on a city bus? Yeah, whatever. Shut up. Didn't think so. Oh, you're so great because you're poor as shit. Shut the fuck up. At Justin Timberlake, this is what parenting is. You're not going to get any sympathy from parents because we have had to take care of our children without hired help. All I can offer is suck it up, Buttercup. I could never be anybody like Justin Timberlake. I could never be loved like Justin Timberlake because I would not be able to take the dramatics and the butt hurt. Oh, my God. Well, of course not. Who cares anyway? And how do you know? Maybe he doesn't have any hired help. Maybe he just kind of checks out for a little bit of time. I did that. You know what I was the king of when my kids were little? Bottle prop, take a nap. Bottle prop in the car seat, strap them in, fall asleep. Odds are they're going to fall asleep. They worked out fine. People drive me nuts. Come on, give me a break. You can't go after Justin Timberlake of all people. That's ridiculous. Okay, on Patreon, I have another idiot. You see, Michigan is the center of the shutdown world. Our governor is super strict about locking it down. And we now have to endure with scores of butt hurt in and around this great state. So it doesn't matter if you live here or not. Wait till you hear the dramatics and the hurt that is going on aimed at a governor who just wants you to live to a ripe old age. It's absolutely remarkable. You know where I stand on this. We will get into that on the Patreon. You must be there for it. That is at patreon.com/Eric Zane. With that, you're in the drawing. Not in the drawing. You will play Fear Bunker Trivia for cash from Bennett Flooring Installation. You will play Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia for cash from Bennett Flooring Installation. All you have to do is sign up. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Technically, I'm supposed to be having Mike play Dale on Fear Bunker Trivia today at 10, but we might have to push it until Tuesday. Folks, I have nothing more for you right now. Quick mention about the South of the Straits podcast, streaming every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Just search South of the Straits. That's STRAITS, Straits like Straits of Mackinac. Those shit kickers up north do a tech-heavy, great show. Man, I am jealous of what they have in their setup. South of the Straits, they mentioned me on their show yesterday as I was watching them do their thing. It was great fun. Check them out, South of the Straits. And thank you very much for being part of this mess. You folks are awesome. Thanks again. We'll talk to you down the road. The Eric Zane Show podcast rolls on. Till next time, stay safe, everybody. From the Fear Bunker, we'll talk to you tomorrow.